Hello, folks. We're live with James Bang in Hong Kong again with some breaking news. Take it away, James.
So there's been an assault case where a metal object made from steel has been thrown into the crowd, hitting one of the Occupy protesters, basically. And it's suspected it's an anti-Occupy person who threw these two projectiles into the crowd. Now, there's such an outrage and such a big following of this case. We believe there's no way the police don't actually follow up, and I don't believe they'll actually release the suspect this time. We put so much pressure on them. You can see here, I've made sure everyone follows, that they will take them to the station, and we're going to make sure that they do file charges against the person who did throw these projectiles, because we do have eyewitnesses. We have multiple eyewitnesses at the scene. There's no way they cannot prosecute this case, or at least open a file and see some formal charges, at least an investigation. There's too many witnesses, and they have physical evidence as well of these two projectiles. They've got physical evidence, they have eyewitnesses, and now they have taken the victim and the suspect on board. So we will follow this case and see what Hong Kong police does. Will they actually prosecute, or will they just let them go tomorrow? We're going to follow the story and continue on.
All right. Those are regular police buses there, right?
Right. There's plenty of regular civilian police buses here. They're clearly marked police. And now they're taking the victim on this truck. I lost track of the suspect earlier. But apparently he's also being held right now, and they're going to take him to the station. And I believe there are going to be members of the public at the police station making sure that this case does get followed through, and that we hopefully do see some action from the police and not just plain old releasing, like catch and release.
Okay, what is it that actually happened now again?
So there were two projectiles. So there's two projectiles that were thrown into the crowd. One is a metal-like object around this size. It's got sharp corners. If that had hit someone on the head, it could have been deadly consequences, right? With enough force, a metal object like that can kill. The second object that was thrown in was quite harmless. It was a plastic chocolate egg, right? So that was quite harmless. But luckily for the person in the crowd who got hit, he did not get hit by the metal projectile. Instead, he got hit by the plastic chocolate egg. However, that's not the point, right? The point is that person, that thug, threw in a metal projectile item into the crowd, which could have hit adults, it could have hit a child, it could have hit anyone, right? So just the action of throwing that metal projectile into a crowd, that already should be prosecutable with multiple eyewitnesses.
Okay.
So we just
was it a group of agitators trying to agitate the crowd, throwing stuff, or was it just an individual?
It was one individual, and that one person was basically throwing like shit into the main tent, including a metal deadly item that could have killed. And police almost nonchalantly were just gonna fucking let him go again, until I just stormed there with the cameras, and and a whole bunch of press followed me, and there was no way they were going to let this guy go. We have enough support here today, multiple eyewitnesses, and we made sure we put enough pressure on the police just now when we forced them to do their jobs, and they actually did arrest them and took them to the station. They didn't play this game with me of a hide and seek around Mong Kok, trying to lead me onto a long wild goose chase. They couldn't do that. I brought enough media people with me to back me up, covering the story, and they basically had no choice but to put the suspect directly into the police van, which is exactly what happened. So once again, citizens here are policing the police and doing a damn good job of it.
That's very interesting. That now they just put them in, are you following the police van or something to the station now, or what are you doing?
There's enough people doing that. There's people headed to the station. There's multiple people there's just so many people following the story now, and I was kind of the one who just brought up my camera and just was in the police saying I got everything, You know, the whole world saw everything. There's no way you're going to get away with this. I was bluffing, obviously, because we weren't even live. But they know me as a live reporter here, so I scared the Jesus out of them, told them everything was captured live, and if you don't prosecute, the whole world's going to see you. So I put that kind of pressure on them, and then all the other media started to gather, and they had no choice but to directly put him into a cop car.
Yeah.
Rather than game with me like they did the around Montauk.
Yeah, I don't really know what they'll be able to do if no one was actually injured, though, if there's not a victim.
Sorry about that. Just got a phone call.
Oh, I said I don't know what they'll actually do, though, if there was no one
Jamie?
actually injured.
Hey, Jamie?
Yeah. Did I lose you? Well, it looks like every time James gets a phone call when we're live on his phone there, we get cut off for a minute.
All right, I can't hear
Okay,
you. I'm
we're
gonna...
back. You're breaking up, James. He'll reconnect again, but yeah, I don't really know what they'd be able to do about it if no one was actually injured from this.
Hey.
Okay. You got disconnected from the phone call?
We're still having technical difficulties. I still can't hear anything. Let me try a headset. But the protest today, the size has dramatically increased, as we predicted yesterday, right? So we had said Thursday night's probably going to be a slow night, Friday morning as well, but because no deal was reached, we said the public there'd be an outcry and everyone would hit the streets after work on Friday. And that's exactly what's happened. In Mongkok, in Admiralty, and all the occupiers, thousands of people out, other people in the streets ready to sleep tonight. Sorry, the number of people sleeping in the streets here tonight has easily quadrupled. So there's definitely a lot of dedication after the government broke off talks. People have come out here in droves of people are out. So we're just going to take a quick tour. You're nodding your head, so I can't hear a thing you're saying, but I'm assuming you're still hearing me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You still hear me,
yes,
but
I
I
can
can't hear your response. So what I'll do is while I set up this headset, let me just show you what the atmosphere looks like here today.
Yeah, I saw on the live stream from from Apple Daily, I think it was, how big the crowd had gotten again. I thought it was, yeah, a very poor choice on the part of the government officials to pull out of the talks like that. I just got done talking to my dad about it on the phone, and I was like, you pull out of the talks 24 hours ahead of time when the protests had been dying down like that. It was like, it's like watching morons play chess.
They just put fuel onto the fire, didn't they?
Yeah, and my dad's like, yeah, it'd be like watching chess players just pick up the pieces and start sucking on them.
Yeah, I mean, look at all these people that have come out. It's unbelievable, Jamie. I mean, after the government broke off talks, the reaction is just, you know what, we're just going to, come out in droves into the streets. That was the reaction, basically.
Yeah.
Look at this. I can't even move in Mongkok right now. There are just so many people here. Last night, this was empty. Thank you, government. Thank you, government. Look what you've done.
11 hours ago when we were on, there was hardly anybody out.
And it's like past midnight in Mongkok, one of the lesser popular areas compared to Admiralty. And the streets are packed with tents and people sleeping, and the sidewalks are packed. I mean, this is what you get. I mean, the people have spoken.
Yeah, and just as we'd figured that this was going to just fuel the fire by them pulling such a dumb move of pulling out of the box and especially announcing it 24 hours ahead of time.
That was not smart. We have a rabbit here in Occupy Mongkok.
No,
We've spotted a rabbit.
a pretty rabbit too.
Yeah.
Good one.
Black and white and a bit of brown as well. And there's a dog right in front of there. See that little puppy?
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that the other day a little bit about it's amazing how the Hong Kong people really like to have pets.
Yeah, dogs are really loved here. And what people have been doing here is they've been bringing out their Huskies and German Shepherds to protect the students and volunteers here, which is a very smart move when you think about it. These thugs might not be scared of other people, but they'll be scared of a giant husky, you know, barking at them, charging towards them. That'll put the fear in God in any man.
Oh yeah, because a dog's teeth are very sharp if you've ever been bit by a dog, and a lot of people that even haven't been bit by a dog are afraid of the possibility.
So we're towards the stretch end of Mongkok. This is normally where there's no one. This place is ghost town. It's been ghost town Monday to Thursday. Look at it now.
Yeah, it's a drastic change.
It is a huge change from yesterday. So you were absolutely right. That was a moronic move, announcing it 19 and a half hours ahead. It's allowed everyone to come out and mobilize and show their dismay and anger at the government.
Yeah, it's fortunate though that these incidents of people throwing stuff and the provocateurs have been pretty isolated. There's not groups of people out there instigating stuff anyway. It's just individuals.
Yes, individuals. No longer can they use groups because it looks too organized, and it looks like they're in collusion with the police when they do that, right? So there's no way we're going to see groups anymore. It's going to be individuals. And as we see here, there's a lot of art origami being made. Looks like students teaching other students how to perform origami, and they're making these mini umbrellas right here, which are rather cute. And I'm having my picture taken, so right next to me here,
Having a what?
I'm having my picture taken next door and was given a peace sign. A lot of people are recognizing me today because I was on this Facebook post and like 3,000 people liked it and shared it.
Oh.
So I am being recognized quite a lot and having my picture taken left and right by strangers.
Yeah, you've been, you're going to be quite a figure in Hong Kong now, I think.
I mean, I'm not an activist, right? I'm only doing this after seeing all the atrocities committed against my fellow citizens here in Hong Kong. I do believe after this Occupy movement, I'll probably end up being just a regular person again, you know, to go back to my job and work, you know. I don't see this me being a full-time type of activist, but there was just something about this issue that really struck a chord, that just hit me really personally, just seeing the way such force was used against an unarmed peaceful demonstration, and just everything I witnessed. I think it's just driven everyone to come out here, people who aren't activists like myself, and all these, all the members of the public and the students, right? It's kind of turned the country, the whole country into activists.
I think we're seeing that on a worldwide stage now where the entire world has really gotten sick of the thuggery and stuff and the authoritarianism of governments cracking down violently on peaceful people. And we saw that in Ferguson, and we're seeing the different reactions around the world that the populace has to it. And Hong Kong, by far, has been the best reaction we've seen for as far as peaceful demonstrations. Um, and it's definitely a model, I think, to show how to respond to that sort of thing because, right now they are really looking good in the eyes of the world, I think, compared to the government is stymied on what to do about it because if they use force, they really look bad to the world.
Yep. As we said yesterday.
And now they refuse to talk. So if you can't use force and you won't talk, it's a stalemate.
It is. It's a standoff, isn't it? With no end in sight. What the government are hoping for is that this movement will just lose momentum. And they've just put fuel to the fire here.
Yeah, and with the election not being until 2017, I think the people that were kind of the leaders of this movement to begin with were prepared for this to be a long-term engagement.
And some of these people who may not be eligible for office now could be eligible to run for office then.
Right. But another thing I was saying to my dad earlier, I was like, well, this one guy, he's 17 years old, and he's been involved with this for 3 years already, trying to get this organized. He's not even old enough to vote yet, but the election isn't until 2017.
Look who we bumped into. It's Kaka.
Kaka, yay!
It's Jamie. Say hi.
Hi.
We've set up our station again. So this is our station. We're back up. We were taken down by those thugs, but today, a week after the attack, we've decided to put our tents back up. So our volunteer station here is up and running again. So now we have something to do here in Mongkok.
Very cool.
And I've even brought someone special out today to the protest. I have brought my little baby.
Oh.
Hi, Thea.
Oh, she's so cute.
You know, I figured if I bring her here, there's no way the cops will use tear gas or right? They know I have a baby here. It's not like they'll use deadly force today. Probably the best defense I have. Oh. Alright, so because my baby's here, I can't stay too long. So I'm just going to maybe show you guys the block up and down. And then once we're done with that, I'll probably just head home with the missus and the baby.
Okay.
You know, it's actually the first day today I got to spend some time with the family, you know, having a dinner with them. It's been like 2 weeks since I've actually had the opportunity to actually properly sit down and spend some time with my baby and my wife.
Yeah, it's been a very a busy schedule. I feel I only got about 3 hours of sleep last night. So.
Yeah. So we're at the central tent now, Occupy Mongkok. And what's amazing is this area here last night was empty. There was no one. It looked like the police could have actually broken through those barricades and reoccupied this space too, but they didn't. But as you can see, people are actually sleeping here today. There's a lot of people in an area that was just dead last night. And as we go here, this is actually the busiest section of Occupy Mongkok on Nathan Road next to the HSBC, which we've seen. We see a lot of beds up today. Do you remember the gentlemen who were making the beds before?
Oh yeah, I remember.
They've actually put up a few more now.
Well, I think you and I are probably going to need those beds pretty soon.
I think so. Wow. We have some beautiful umbrella art here in Hong Kong.
And that's been the thing that we have really been seeing. It was a demonstration turned into an art gallery.
Right, and we can really see the creativity of the Hong Kong people here. It's truly, truly amazing, all these different forms of art and expressions you can have.
Yeah, protest with art. It's a very powerful message, way to get your point across. And there's so many different creative ways that people have expressed themselves. Yesterday, we went off the air, and then we ran across those acrobats. It was very cool, right after we went off the air, too.
Yes, I actually did interview them afterwards. The acrobats are from Spain, one's from Hong Kong. You know, they just wanted to, I asked them why they did that little performance. And they said they wanted to express themselves, you know. That's their way, that's their form of art, acrobats and yoga, because that's what they do. So they don't paint or draw, but that was just their way of supporting the students.
Yep, it's just, there's so many different forms of art, and there's art that hasn't been explored yet.
Absolutely, I'm sure we'll see more creativity and more surprises in the coming days here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's exciting to see the creativity and stuff of these people and what they're doing, instead of where they're putting their aggression and stuff into creativity and making stuff rather than into a violent protest and aggression.
Right.
I think that expressing yourself in that manner is so much more productive.
And look at the mood of the protesters, right? They all look happy, they're smiling. It kind of, you know, you have this more positive energy and positive atmosphere as a result of this kind of a protest.
Yeah, it's like something I've just never seen anything like it. You look at these other protests around the world, and the protesters are all kind of pissed off and stuff, but this is almost like a carnival.
Actually,
with the purpose.
the word carnival, there's a structure up somewhere here that looks like a carnival tent, and it says, "This is not a carnival."
Oh yeah, I do remember that. It said that. But
So it is
I guess it's a different mood than a carnival, I guess. But it's it's still a serious thing that they're protesting about, but it's the way they're going about it, I think, that's just it's so beautiful.
It is. It really is nice to see bodies on the streets here again, because, you know, this place was empty. The only place that there were people in was really the main occupied tent and the area surrounding it. But now you can see the whole side streets, main streets are all filled up with citizens who are ready to spend the night, 2 nights, 3 nights out here.
Yeah. Oh. See, that guy's prepared with his tablet there.
Yep. You see
Was he watching WCN?
I don't think so. Looks like he's playing a game. So you can see we have more people out with their dogs. Speaking of huskies, I think we've spotted a husky. That looks like
German Shepherd,
Is it a German Shepherd? No?
Oh, no, it's a husky.
It is a husky. So, yeah, the husky is definitely the most common dog we've seen here at the protest. The second most common we've seen are the German Shepherds. And they are really here to protect the students and Occupy protesters. I mean, police use dogs, why can't we?
Yeah, I don't know. I like animals just for company too. I mean,
Right.
I got my orange cat just sitting next to me right here. Just sitting in the chair next to me. He wanted to come on my lap, but he likes to lick my beard, so
Yeah.
I don't care for that when I'm on the air.
So now we're just walking back down Nathan Road towards the center tent again, just to give you an idea of what the opposite end of the street looks like. It's also fairly busy, but not as many people are sleeping on this side. The other side is more the quiet side of sleeping, and this side is more for rallies.
Somebody giving a talk there?
Yes, they are in Cantonese. I'm trying to find where they are, though. I don't think they're standing up. Yeah, they're right there. They just sat down on the chair in front of us, and they're just giving a little lecture here as people listen. And this is the artist that we saw the other day, who was, if you give him a picture, either through a tablet or an actual photograph, like so. So if you have a picture of you in the tablet, he'll actually draw you right there. And it looks...
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, the guy that he's holding up looks exactly like the guy in the picture. So he's clearly a very talented artist. And it's about $15 US.
Yeah, that's amazing. How long does it take him to draw one of them?
I think he's a speed draw, so I'd say no more than 5-10 minutes each drawing.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of them there, so.
Right. Although I'm not too sure about the art for profit thing, you know, in the middle of a protest. I don't think it's appropriate.
Oh, I don't know. It's not like he's gouging for it.
Huh.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
So
He's just trying to make a living.
yep, he's happy with his painting. I like that one of the cat, actually. That's really cute.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Those people, the 3 dimensions of the people are...
Alright, so now we're gonna just keep going, and you see the beds here we saw before. So the beds are still out. And so as we head into the center area, it does get more and more busy. You see these tents? You see?
I wonder if like maybe that guy that was doing the drawings, if maybe that's like where he normally does it.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. That might be just his regular spot, so fair enough, yeah. Seen this before. It's right in the middle of the main intersection. So this is normally a crossing where people will just cross from one end up to another. So right in the middle of the road. Right into the middle of the road, someone's basically put up this new poster. A bit like that. And they've just announced on the giant mic, asked if someone's lost a wallet because they picked up a wallet in the crowd, just to show you the sincerity of the Hong Kong people.
It sure would have been nice to have found that phone that you got stolen.
Yeah, but it's different to a thief, you know, as opposed, that's his job, right, to go thieving. But it is nice to see when the public, when they do find something lying around, the general public will return things normally here in Hong Kong. So they're saying, if you've lost your wallet, please come to the centre, is what they're saying. And then just tell them what are the contents of your wallet, and they'll return it to you. So we've done the full circle from end to end. And what we've seen today is the protest has picked up momentum all across Hong Kong, not just at Wong Kok or Admiralty, but all around Hong Kong. The protest has picked up, and the movement is alive again, thanks to the government cancelling talks.
Yeah, it looks like it's picked up quite a bit, and hopefully the cases of provocateurs is isolated and not going to be a big issue.
Yeah. I'm just going to head back to our volunteer tent now, where we've set up again. And then I'm just probably going to head home soon and take my baby home and head back out again tomorrow. So it's just a quick update today. To give a good clear picture of what's happening here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, we don't have to do a 3-hour broadcast every time.
Right, so we just got a nice quick, you know, half-an-hour summary here of the situation today. You know, we were able to successfully make sure the police do follow up with a crime. So we've done our jobs as citizens. It's just a very nice atmosphere here tonight. Everyone's very happy, even though talks are broken off. But I think people are just encouraged, and they feel a lot of positivity and encouragement from the turnout today. So the mood is actually quite positive amongst the protesters today, even though talks are broken off.
And they still people behind the movement, I think, and they're all just out to show support for each other. And it doesn't hurt that it's a Friday night.
Right, so you're right. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Really, that's not what we're worried about. It's the Monday to Thursday. So we'll have to see whether it continues or not. Will people keep coming down here after work, or hopefully we might see a resolution soon. So. Do you remember the Taoist statue we saw everywhere? The Taoist statue of the god? Well, now they're being plastered everywhere. Do you remember those gods with the pig sacrifice? Now, the two gods, the Taoist gods, now their pictures are everywhere now, mocking the cops.
Oh.
So I've got to head off now, and but I think we did sum up the situation well.
Yeah, and if you missed the beginning of the broadcast, it takes YouTube about 5-10 minutes to process this video, and then you can watch the replay on there if you want to see the beginning. We didn't really catch any of the action on the video, but James just explains a little bit what happened. A guy threw some shrapnel and stuff into the crowd. Oh, and there's Kaka. Hi, Kaka.
Sammy says hi.
I know.
She's been very helpful. Okay, we're going to sign off.
She's actually going to translate your fortune that we told the other night here on WCN. So we're going to get your fortune and Chris's fortune translated by Kaka. So we'll let you know tomorrow what the fortune teller said.
Oh, okay, that sounds fun. Okay, We're going to sign off here. If you enjoyed this broadcast, please donate to the links below in Bitcoin, and we will be back with any more breaking news. And this has been a World Crypto Network broadcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.